All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites, come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall and destruction of this wicked kingdom known as spiritual Babylon, daughter of Babylon, spiritual Sodom in Egypt, which I would say is America. First and foremost, Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushai,
Barakatah Yahushai,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushai,
Barakatah Yahushai,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahushai.
All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. These are salutations to all the sincere Akim enduring afflictions, making the call and election sure. All right? Because, hey, man, it's a time. It's a high time to wake out of sleep, man. You know, it's going to be salvation, man. It's going to be salvation coming, all right, to the elect of the nation of Israel. That's the so-called blacks, Latinos, and the Native Americans. All right, if you stood from the land, from the hand of, from the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right, then it's a promise that was given to you, man. It's a promise that was given from the Most High Creator, all right? It's a promise to the kingdom, man. You know? So all you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to repent before it's too late.
It's Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
That's right. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. All right? And that's speaking to the believers. Not everyone's going to believe, you know? But ultimately, the true men, all right, and the women who believe, all right, who've been looking at the times, man, been diligent, seeing what's going on in this world, man. You know? We see things that was written thousands of years ago is happening today, man. Wars, rumors of wars, uproars of the people, all right? That evil thought has been made. You know, ultimately, all right, the mark of the beast is about to be implemented. All right? There's only a couple prophecies left. You know, ultimately, Jacob's trouble, all right? We're approaching Jacob's trouble, and what is it? Might as well get it. You know what I'm saying? Because the prophecy of Jacob's trouble, that's one of the final prophecies, and that's really the major one that we're waiting for. Of course, martial law, you know what I'm saying? Seditions of men. You know, World War III, which, you know, that goes hand in hand, you know?
This is Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, when he shall be saved out of it.
That's right, man. That day is great, man. That time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right? And that's the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're going to go through a time that's going to be a great tribulation, man. A violent uprising, persecutions, man. All right? It's going to be all hell breaking loose, really, for all the tribes, all the nations, you know? But who's the only nation that matters, man? These so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites. All right? You need to repent. The Most High, he sees what's going on, man. He sees the atrocities that happen to our people, man. All right? Our people get raped, robbed, and murdered, man. He sees what's going on, man. And he's waiting, all right, for a particular time, all right, when it's like, all right, now it's time for us to get the hell up out of here, man. Now it's time for the kingdom to be put in place, man. You know, until then, he's trying to get everybody right, man. He's trying to get everybody right, you know. He's giving us ample time, you know, just like in the times of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All right? I'm talking to the angel. Look at the dog. You know what I'm saying? The dog, like, you know what I'm saying? We try not to be.
I need righteous leadership.
We need
She
righteous.
like a bug out too. She what's going on, brother?
That's a pretty dog too. You might be Israelite.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. What's your father's nationality?
Shit, what you mean? Oh, white.
Yeah,
white.
You might be Israelite.
Italian.
The Irish.
Irish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of tell, you know, most so-called Italians and Irishmen go back to the seed of Israel, you know what I'm saying? Which is the God's chosen people. So, Lord willing, you can be one of those, because if you're not one of these nations, you're going to be destroyed. But me and this brother both believe. Yeah,
You an Israelite, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Come back.
All right, bro.
I see. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a spiritual thing, man. This thing is spiritual, man. People think that it's a carnal thing, man. All right, this sign, all right, which this is an indicator. This is in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, that is going to be a sign, all right? Two sticks, all right, be coming together, the northern and southern kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't the end all be all. Just because you don't fall on this sign, just because you're not a Mexican, all right, a Colombian, Argentinian, Seminole Indian, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Haitian, Guatemalan, West Indian, or a Negro, then you're not an Israelite. Nah, man. You know, there's people who are on this sign carnally, but they not on this sign spiritually, man. You could be a Negro and you could not be an Israelite, man. Like, there's a few people, man. There's a lot of people to be, you know, but the majority of people on this sign are Israelites, you know. But like Lenny Kravitz, you know, Obama, all right. You would think that he's a so-called, you think they're so-called black men. Nah, man. Obama's a Hamite, man. You know, he ain't no black man. You know, Michelle Obama, you know, that might be a black man. You know, but that's an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you know, Lenny Kravitz, all right, that's an Edomite. You know, he ain't an Israelite, man. So this thing is a spiritual thing, man. It's a spiritual war. We calling all people to repentance. You got something, bro?
Yeah. It's Jeremiah chapter 46 and verse 28. It says, "Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, said the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, for I am with thee, for I will make a full end of all nations whither I have driven thee. But I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished."
You got a point?
Now just adding to what you were saying, so like our people have been driven in the lands of their captivity all throughout the four corners of the earth, you know? And a part of that punishment is Jake looking like a so-called white man. Yeah. You know, a part of that punishment is looking like the other nations, man. You know, that's shameful. You know.
God. Yep. Our people, you know, this is part of the curses, man. This is part of the curses. Having an evil eye towards our brother. It goes as far as looking at somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you an Edomite, and that could be your brother. You know what I'm saying? Having an evil eye towards your brother. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got the Negro-only Israelites. You know, they're looking at the Northern Kingdom, which I was listening to Big Pun the other day. I'm like, yo, how is that not a Jake, man? Listen to Big Pun, you know, that's a Jake, man. Yep. Puerto Ricans, that's our people, bro.
Yep. This is Zechariah chapter 11, verse 14. "Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel." So Yahweh Shemel Shai did that. He broke the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. Judah representing the southern kingdom, and Israel representing the northern kingdom, man. You know, so that's why you know, ultimately our people are look at each other evil, you know, or look at each other in a certain type of light, you know, well, with no light, you know, because Yahweh Shemel Shai broke the brotherhood within Judah and Israel, you know.
Yep. God. Yeah. There's a lot of prophecies coming to pass, man. You know?
This Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be."
Yeah, that's Yahushua speaking, man. You know, talking about the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, this is a time that we know is going to happen before the end of the world, man. It's going to be at its highest point of low, if you can receive it, man. It's going to be as worse as it ever has been, right before we get into the kingdom, which is going to be as great as it's ever going to be. You know, that's perfect harmony. That's perfect balance. It has to get worse before it gets better. Even in the world, they know that. You know.
This Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. It says, "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?" So yeah, like the brother was saying, it's gonna be at the highest peak and the highest pinnacle of all-out anarchy. You know, when our Lord Yahushua Mashiach comes, you know, it's gonna be at the highest of the lows, so to speak. You know, Yahushua said, "I have come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?" Like basically saying, I'm gonna put the icing on the cake. You know, I'm gonna put the icing of the cake of destruction, which is already gonna be at the height of destruction. You know. Yep. Going a little bit more into it. It says, "But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division."
You know, and that's how. Hey, this is what's going to happen, man. Before we get into the kingdom, there's not going to be peace over here on this side, man. All right, that's false harmony. That's false peace, man. That's not true unity, man. You know, ultimately, we're still under the curses, regardless of whether we like it or not. All right, whether we believe it or not, we're still under the curses, man. There's gonna be, all right, men at odds with other men. You know, brothers at odds with other brothers. You know, goes more to it, right?
It says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father. The mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law."
Yeah. All right. This is Yahushua speaking. He comes in the volume of the book. Understands that prophecies have to come to pass a certain way. All right. We're still under these curses in Deuteronomy 28:68. No man shall buy you. All right. Which means no man shall redeem you. All right. No man shall save you. The only person who's going to be able to do that is going to be our Redeemer. All right. In the form of Yahushua. All right. He's not going to come to people who don't need a savior. All right. Everyone is good. Everyone's in perfect harmony. The Yahushua comes and we're just looking at him like, what you here for, man? We good. You know, that's not going to happen. Because why? Because we're going to need a savior. All right. It's going to be brothers betraying other brothers. Scriptures talk about it. Brothers are going to be betraying brothers to death. All right. That's basically what was written, man. You know, it's going to be a time of great affliction. And in that time, hey, man, that's going to be that fiery furnace that people are going to, you're going to really see like who was real and who, you know what I'm saying, who was just playing around. All right. Who was just doing this for show, man. Who's just doing it because they probably had some clout or they just wanted to, you know, look knowledgeable. They want to impress some woman or something, man. You know, if you truly trying to get delivered out of here, if you truly don't care about nothing else, you know, if you're putting off your mother, your father, even your own life also, then that's the type of person who Yahushua is coming for.
It's Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35. It says, Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which have great recompense. It's Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 35. It says, "Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry." It says, "Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul."
Beautiful, beautiful. That was people standing where? Starting at 35. Okay, yeah, it goes right into Hebrews 11, talking about faith. Because you know, without faith, it's impossible to please Him. You know, you gotta prove yourself. You know, Scripture's talking about prove your own selves, examine yourselves. Because if you're not in the faith, then you ain't gonna please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Most High, He ain't dealing with you. All right, if you ain't got that faith, then you truly wasting your time out here, man. You know, if you truly ain't got no faith, and you know, it's gonna be a time like we're bringing out. Brothers are gonna be betraying brothers. All right, and if you ain't got that faith, then that's a trait, you know, that someone who really pay a couple $100 to get on their muffler. Sick, man. You know, for the Most High, he ultimately, all right, he's coming for a few select men, all right, along with women and children. You know, but if you ain't got that trait, all right, you gotta eat the whole roll. You gotta have faith. Of course, we know knowledge and wisdom, which beginning of that is fear. You know, you have that love coming in, that spirit that Yahushua came in. That's who the world calls Christ, all right, is coming to deliver. You know, not some red Hebrew Edomites, you know. He's coming to deliver our people, and that's the elect amongst our people.
It's Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 9. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
That strength is small, man. You know, Isaiah 33:6. You know, the fear of the Lord. That's the strength of salvation. Having that knowledge of wisdom, that's strength. If you don't truly have that element, man, then ultimately you ain't got no strength. You know, and time is gonna tell that you ain't built like that, man. Time is gonna tell that Most High, He ain't gonna deliver you out of here, man. He only gonna lift that standard up for men who truly fear the Lord. If you truly got that faith, man, if you truly believe that He is, you know?
This Psalms chapter 33 and verse 16. It says, there is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength.
Mighty man is not delivered by much strength, man. You know? So you can have particular things on this side, carnal things, man. Gold, silver, you know, you can have some cars, nice house, you know what I'm saying? A lot of money. A lot of firearms, you know what I'm saying? You could be in the gym, you know what I'm saying? You could lift, you know what I'm saying? You could deadlift 500 pounds, man. That ain't gonna do nothing for you on that day. They ain't gonna do nothing for you on that day. Not now on Jacob's trouble, you know what I'm saying? Not on the day where, hey man, that day of the Lord, you know? No matter how strong your muscle is, you know, they say the tongue is one of the strongest muscles. That tongue is gonna be consuming away in your mouth, man. Regardless how strong your muscle is, man. You know, that's, you know, if you don't be that, if you in that book of death, man. You know, if you're one of those men. If it's in Revelation 21:8, it says unbelievers. All right, it's gonna be in that lake, man. So if you don't truly believe, then you're gonna be in that lake.
I got a quick precept, but I want it's 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 8. It says, for bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come.
So ultimately, hey man, if you want to have that strength of salvation, if you truly want to get delivered out of here, if you want to have what's required, you know what I'm saying, to be chosen, man, which, you know, hypothetically speaking, but we rehearsing the righteous acts. Well, will we make it to that finish line? You know, was it Ephesians 6 chapter? You know, it goes into the elements that's required, man. Above all, it says faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith is very important, man. You know, that gospel. You know, ultimately, these are things that are required. Bodily exercise is not in there, man. You know, bodily exercise, you know, ultimately, you know, you're taking care of your body, which is your temple. You know, that's as far as it goes, man. You know, while we here, you know what I'm saying, our spirit has been here before. Our body is how old, however old you've been on this earth in the physical form, that's how old it is. But our spirit has been here before, hundreds of thousands of years. You know, so how valuable is your body if you're looking at it as a grand scheme of things, man? You know, going to the gym and all that, man. You got men like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know what I'm saying? He was very brolic, and now look at him, man. You know, he probably still got some type of physique to him, but you know what I'm saying? It was a video where the dude just pushed him, you know what I'm saying? And he's like throwing back, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, damn, why you beating up the old man? Like, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's Terminator. You know what I'm saying? But all that body exercise, what did that really do for him, you know?
I got a quick reset too, because you made the point going more into it. Just like making more examples besides, because strength ain't got to necessarily be physical strength, you know what I'm saying? Like other things that are so-called intangibles that you would define your strength with, you know. This is Sirach chapter 31 and verse 8. It says, blessed is the rich that is found without blemish and have not gone after gold. Yep, you got it. So You know, blessed is the rich whom is found without blemish. You know, because you could be if you're rich, that means you're in abundance. So you can have an abundance of gold and silver, abundance of money, abundance of food, abundance of fighting techniques, you know, and so to speak, physical strength. All right, but it says blessed is the rich who is found without blemish. You know, which you so you can have all those things, but if you got a blemish or a spot on you, you know, you're not gonna be delivered because Yahweh Shema Shai is not accepting no blemished or spotted sacrifices, which we are the sacrifice. You know, we are the sacrifice. You know, we're supposed to be making our bodies a living sacrifice. You know. Yep. Yeah, that's it. You guys on?
This is the book of the prophet Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 8. It says, "In that day shall the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, before them." You know? So he talks about on that day, man. You know? We read the accounts of David, which I had that in Joshua. You know, David was chasing 1,000, man. That's the type of power, all right, that men is going to have, man. You know? And that's only the men who the Most High is dealing with, man. All right? The house of David, man. The men who are going to have that mercy, man. Who's found with no gall in their mouth. You know? And their spirit is found no gall. You know? They're going to have that spiritual power, man. Where one is going to be chasing 1,000, man. Right now, we're out here prophesying. All right? We're fishers of men. All right? The Jeremiah 16:16. It's going to be a day we're not going to be out here fishing no more. We're going to be out here hunting, man. One shall chase 1,000. We're going to be, Lord willing, be those men. We're going to be chasing thousands of people, man. You know? That's the type of power that's going to be upon men. And you can't get in the gym, no matter how much you get in the gym, ain't no way you're going to chase 1,000 people, man. All right? Unless the Most High puts that spirit on you, man. Gives you that spiritual power, man.
Jumping back in Psalms chapter 33 and verse 16. There is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. And horse is a vain thing for safety. Neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
Yeah. Weapons of our warfare aren't carnal, man. If it was a carnal war, then we already lost, man. We hundreds of years behind. You know, if that was the case, the so-called white man is always going to be in rulership, man. If you're talking about the kings, if salvation is based on how much money you got, man, you know, then, you know, hey, man, they already checkmated us. You know what I'm saying? 10 times over. You know, but the weapons of our warfare aren't carnal. They ain't about how much money you got, man. They ain't going to be worth nothing on that day, man.
Says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy."
Yep. Tell the mercies of David, man. You know, having that mercy, and that goes into the particular trait that's needed, you know, to have that strength, man. If you got that particular trait, you know, in form of brotherly love, Yahushua, he had that trait, you know. It took that trait of giving your life up for your brothers, all right, to die for this thing, man, you know, where you truly valuing your brothers, all right, more than yourself. You know, you're truly a servant, you're truly a minister, all right, for the brothers around you, man. And that's really all the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. If you got that charity, man, just like Yahushua, man. He died for who? For the whole nation of Israel, man. He ain't died just for the 12 that was around him. He died for everybody, man. You know, and that's pursuant to the nation of Israel. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites, man.
It says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine."
Yep. That goes back into it, Slocky, you know what I'm saying? That mercy, man. We want that mercy, man. And the only way you get that mercy is you got that fear. And the only way you can have that fear, you know what I'm saying? Is to really, truly, you know what I'm saying, have the Most High dealing with you, man. The Most High's going to be dealing with particular spirits. You know? He's dealing with the spirit of somebody, man. That's why hey, man, you know? You want to let brotherly love continue, man. You know, it could be an angel walking, passing by, man. We don't know. You know? That's why we got to just continue with the charity, man. Brotherly love, being long-suffering towards people, man. You you know, ultimately, you know, in the parameters of doing things decently in order, you know, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, we doing all things for edification, man. We trying to build the body, man.
How you doing, bro?
All right. Yeah. We the Israelites. Yep. You an Israelite too, brother.
We all brothers too, brother. I don't want to hear you.
That's Jay, you know what I'm saying? But having that mercy, that's hey man, that's the only thing that's gonna deliver us out of here, man. Mercy, man. We ain't gonna be delivered out here on our own, man. You know? Was it Jeremiah? Was the person that need to make your flesh his arm? You know what I'm saying? Because if you make your flesh your arm, you thinking that you good, you're gonna find a way, you know what I'm saying? Then you already lost the battle, man. You know, you seeking to save your life, all right, well your life is over now, you know what I'm saying? This is how it works, man. You know, having that mercy, that's what we hope for, man. We prisoners of hope out here, man. You know, because there's really no other answer, you know. But all right, coming back to the power, man, the Most High power. You know, we can't try to do this on our own. We tried it, you know. Black Wall Street, you know. I mean, you got these false black messiahs. You know what I'm saying? That dude, what's his name? Grandmaster Jay. You know, which is basically being known now. He's definitely an agent provocateur. He's over here sitting with Trump, you know what I'm saying, and Trump rallies, whatever, you know what I'm saying. And this is your king, you know what I'm saying. That's not right, you know. That's not how it's supposed to be.
It's Psalms chapter 118 and verse 8. It says, "It is better to trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, than to put confidence in man. It is better to trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, than to put confidence in princes."
Yeah, you know, because ultimately, I mean, it all boils down to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. You know, you put your confidence in the wrong things. If you put confidence in man, whether it's yourself, you know what I'm saying, your father, your grandpa, you know what I'm saying, any person, Dr. Umar Johnson, Brother Polite, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump, which I don't know, you know, Jake ain't really into that, but in times of Obama, what did Obama really do, man? You know, he legalized, you know, homosexuality. You know, he put some executive orders in place, ultimately getting ready for Jacob's trouble. He ain't doing nothing really for us, man. Put us the wrong thing, man.
It's Acts chapter 5, select, in verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, "We ought to obey Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua rather than man."
That's right, man. Ultimately, this is how it works, man. Most High, he speaks, all right, by the prophets, which have been since the world began, all right? But ultimately, it's through the Spirit. It ain't us that you're obeying or listening to. If we tell you to turn back to the Most High, follow the Lord's statutes and commandments, it ain't just because we're saying it, man. We're saying it because the Scripture's saying it. We're following Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you know? But if you're following commandments of men, oh, put on the face, man. So you got to put on the face, man. Hey, if you believe in that more than you believe in the Scriptures in this book, then it's already over for you, man. You're already worshiping the beast, and you're going to ultimately take that chip. Even if you don't take the chip, the Most High, he might not even be dealing with you, period, man. You can strive for the truth unto death, and the Most High will not fight for you. You know why? Because you ain't have that spirit on you, man. You ain't have that spirit of charity. You ain't truly believe. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it for the wrong reasons, man.
Yep. It's Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell."
You know? Because, hey, this is a straight gate, man. Matthew 7 talks about that straight gate, man. Position of difficulty, man. It ain't going to be easy, man. You know? It might be things that might be uncomfortable, man. Rebuking people, or you know, you got to stand for what you believe in. If you think that, all right, you know what I'm saying? The commandments of men, they're like not necessarily doing things, all right, as you think that should be right. If it's according to Scriptures, then you follow what the Scriptures are saying, man. You ain't following, all right, what men are saying, you know? Because Scriptures talk about the blind lead the blind, and they fall into a ditch. You don't want to be falling into a ditch out here, man. You know? All you could do is pray for particular men, And then you got to do your thing. Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? If it be your lot, all right, then you be one of those men that be raised up. You know, then you be able to get to the chariot, and you may be able to save those men that you were following. You know what I'm saying? That's how it could happen. But you got to, you know what I'm saying, truly trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. You know, they say in the world, let go, let God, you know?
It says, verse 29, it says, are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your father?
God, not one should fall on the ground without your father, man. Yeah, I had quoted that earlier. But you know what I'm saying? Most High, he's in control of all that, man. All right? Every hair on your head is numbered. It goes into it, you know what I'm saying? Every hair, you know, or if it's not a real hair, you know. You got it.
The follicles. The follicles on your head are numbered.
Wig.
Verse 30. But the very hairs of your head are numbered. Fear ye not, therefore ye are of more value than many sparrows.
Yeah. So the Most High, he's in control of the sparrows. You know, if you Google an image of a sparrow, that's a tiny bird, man. All right? How much greater are you, man? So-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, man. But the Most High is in control of the sparrows. Ain't a sparrow not falling on his own accord. That dog that ran, that was the Most High, man. The Most High made that, you know what I'm saying? He allowed that to happen, man. You know? And ultimately, how much more you? You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking that, all right, hold up, you know what I'm saying? No matter what camp you in, man. You know, if you start thinking like, hold up, mark of the beast, I think that is a chip. If you follow men who don't believe it's a chip, then you gotta make sure, like, hey, work out your own salvation, man. Because ultimately, the Most High, he ain't gonna give you no mercy, man. Because you knew the truth. You know what I'm saying? But you decided to stick around and follow the blind, man.
It says, verse 32, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. It says, verse 33, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Yeah, so you can't be scared to stand on what Yahushua Mashiach said. Yahushua Mashiach was standing on what he said to crucifixion, you know? So we're going to stand on what Yahushua Mashiach that said into ultimately our death. Lord willing, if we have to die, you know? Lord willing, to the end, no matter what somebody think, what somebody doing, what's going on, regardless of what, man. We're going to confess Yahushua. How do you confess Yahushua, man? Well, you confess Yahushua by putting forth things into action, man. Because we already know Yahweh Shemel ain't about no talking out here, you know? He's about walking. So your talking should be your walking, you know? That's how you confess Yahweh Shemel, man. All right? And you confess the things that Yahweh Shemel told you to do, man. You know? What it said, Yahweh said, yeah, my friends, if they do so whatsoever I command you, man. You know? You got something?
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22. It says, but ye be doers, it says, but be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shemel said we're supposed to be doers of the words and not just hearers only, man. Deceiving your own selves, man. All right? Because you can talk about it all day, man, but if you ain't about it, it don't matter, man. Just like you telling yourself, look, when I get here, I'm going to do this and that. But then when the situation comes, then you start getting scary, man. You know? you gotta be about it. You deceived your own self into thinking that you could run up and be about something, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like Jake be quick to do that too. Like, man, if a nigga try me, I'm gonna beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Then he run up on you. Now, you know, he start putting the paws up. Now you start getting scary, man.
Like, hold on. You know, we can talk about this. We brothers, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Black on black, man. We, you know, like, hold on, what's all that shit?
God, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Be ye doers of the word and not just hearers only, man. You know? Not just a vain and unruly talker, man. You know?
Yeah. Because there's pros and cons, you know what I'm saying? To being where we are, all right, in this time of this whole climate of the whole story according to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have the luxury that men had before us, man. You know, Peter, he denied Yahushua 3 times. You know, we can't do that now. We can't deny Yahushua. If you deny the Yahushua now, then it's over. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that now. You know what I'm saying? But we got the stories. We got the stories of, all right, Peter denied Yahushua. We got stories of particular men, particular things that happen, all right? That should build you up. We should know more. You know, we really should know more than the prophets who wrote these books.
Yeah, right.
You know, so
and also like not to cut you off, but that's why we got less leeway. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because to whom much is committed and much is given, much is required, man. You know?
Yep.
So here it is. We've been revealed the mysteries that have been hidden from since the beginning. You know. Well, ultimately, we got to be in top flight behavior, so to speak, or top notch behavior. You know, so like,
you know, yeah. I did a lesson a while back called "This Life Is Your Final Chance" or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is it right here. You know, we believe this by faith that this is the last generation. This is the last chance that we have to prove to you about Shem Hashah. All right, if we're gonna be part of that number, all right, or the other number that we don't want to be part of, man. You know, this is it. You know, this is, you know what I'm saying? All the chips are all the chips are going to be stacked up against us. You know, this is the generation, all right, where we believe that we're gonna be delivered out of here, man. And with that, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures apply more than ever now. You know what I'm saying? It says, you know what I'm saying? When scriptures talk about every idle word shall be counted, you know what I'm saying? Where you can be justified by your works, you know what I'm saying? Justified by your faith, you know? Where it talks about ultimately, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be judged based on your works, you know? Just rough paraphrasing, man. That applies most right now, man. So that's why we won't make no tarrying. We want to make sure that we turn to the Lord, man. And we doing this with all our might, man.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. It says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to man of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. Yep. And this is the time and chance, like the Ak was saying. You'll get Job 14:5 real quick. This is the time and chance, like the Ak was saying, man. All right, this is it, man. All right, we speak about it in the book of Ezra. You know the Heavenly Father. It speak about it in the book of Ezra, how in the last times, you know, wickedness was going to, you know, pretty much reach its pinnacle, man. You know, it's 2nd Ezra 15. They tell you about it. Cool. Matter of fact, you'll grab that first and then go to that Job 14:5.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 15 and where?
Was it 6? He said 6. Yeah,
this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 6. It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
And that's what time we in right now. You know, that's how we know how to gauge the scriptures, you know, through prophecy, which this is a prophecy. For wickedness was going to exceedingly pollute the whole earth, which wickedness has polluted the earth before, but it hasn't exceedingly polluted the earth, man. You know, not wickedness has exceedingly polluted the earth. You know, like you got any manner of wickedness you can think of goes on here in this current generation, in this current place, Babylon, where we at right now. You can think of any wickedness on any level. It goes on. It literally goes on here, man. From bestiality, pedophilia, homosexuality, so to speak. You know, the list goes on, man. You know?
The whole, you know, not to go to the conspiracies, but what they call adrenochrome. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, this sex trafficking, man. A lot of kids, a lot of our so-called black girls, all right, are going missing. Thousands of black girls are going missing, all right? And we know organs are being missing too, man. You know, with that. So, you know what I'm saying? But one of the top things, you know, the first thing I think of is transgenderism. That's just like...
And then on top, not only transgenderism, but a child can choose if they want to you know what I'm saying, change their sex or not, man.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me a kid that's 10 years old can make the decision on if they should change their sex, you know, change their private part, man. Change their sex, so to speak, man. That's wild, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's exceedingly wicked. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. And that's why we know this is Babylon, man. It means confusion, man. This place is the highest level of confusion. All right, you can't even look at a woman and know for sure if that's a woman at this point, man. No, that's how exceedingly wicked this place is, man.
Well, you got people who say if you go down on a tranny, or if a tranny go down on you, that don't make you gay. That's exceedingly wicked, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how true, but I heard it was like if a tranny or so, I think it's a tranny. If a tranny comes on you and you dismiss, you know what I'm saying, dismiss them, then that's a hate crime. Or
Yeah,
kind.
Well, I don't know if it's necessary, but I heard that like you can get in trouble for that. You can get cited for that. You know?
That's crazy.
You know?
And that's literally wearing out the saints of the Most High. Right?
Bro. You know? So that's how you know. And then Daniel the 7th chapter, it goes into the different time periods and kingdoms, man.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Which was talking about they shall wear out the saints. That was talking about the most dreadful kingdom, man. You know? That little horn that came out of the beast, man.
Yep.
You know? Which is here in America, man. You know? Because everything that the scriptures gave us as indication on how America would be, that's how it is, man. And we know that Babylon was going to be the end, you know, according to scriptures, man, you know.
Right. Yep. This is 2 Ezra 15:6. Says, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, so wickedness has completely reached the height and pinnacle that it can reach. You know what I'm saying? Its hurtful works are fulfilled, man. You can't do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? It can't get no worse than this, man. This is worst case scenario, man. This is worst case scenario. You know, when you got women who can make the choice on men that they sleep with, man. That's worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? You got little girls twerking, man. You know, looking up to Cardi B, man. That's worst case scenario, man. You know, well, the leader of your people is Cardi B. She's representing the nation of Israel as the top spokesman, talking to Joe Biden. You know, it can't get no worse than this, man. You know.
It says, therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Right, so Yahabashim Ashah said, I'm not going to hold my tongue no more concerning their wickedness. Why? Because wickedness done exceedingly polluted the whole earth. See, the Heavenly Father, he done wiped this place out before, you know, multiple times, man, you know. But he held his tongue. He held back, you know. He let things keep going, you know. He let them rock. This time, Yahabashim Ashah, he's not letting it rock no more, you know. He's not letting it rock no more, you know. A prime example of that, why is nuclear technology even around, man? You know, you can't come back from nuclear technology, man. You know,
right?
That's a key indicator to let you know that we're in the end. You know, when you got a nuclear arms race, you know.
Yeah. Yep. That's a powerful point. You know, if you can receive it, because like technology is gonna go but so far. I mean, what further is there than the nuclear bomb? You know, which we have never seen a nuclear bomb hit this place. You know what I'm saying? We got 100 nuclear bombs hit this place. It's over, man. This place, it's gonna be over with. You know what I'm saying? One nuclear bomb could wipe out, you know, Texas or something like that.
Yeah, one nuclear warhead, I believe it's a certain type of warhead, but it can wipe out the size of Texas, man. You know? And Texas, that's the second hugest state in America.
I thought it was the first.
Oh, it's the first?
California here.
Okay, it's between California and Texas. But either way, that's one of the hugest states in America, man.
Yep.
And one missile can wipe that place out, man.
Yep.
You know? One warhead. You know.
So we know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just measuring the time diligently, we seeing like, all right, the Smith was created, all right, the waster to destroy it, it's right there. We see it, you know? the different nuclear warheads. You know, you got the Satan II. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these things could go faster than the speed of light. These weapons could go faster than the speed of light.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you know. When scriptures talk about, and within 1 hour, hey man, that's literal, man. That arrow could be shot from one end of the earth to another, and you only got an hour. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
And that's another indication within what you just quoted, because when you look up the time that it takes those nukes to get from Russia to America, it's literally 30 to 45 minutes. You know, literally 30 to 45 minutes, man. So that's in an hour. You know what I'm saying? In an hour, literally, the missiles are gonna touch down over here and destroy this place, man. You know. Matter of fact, you'll get Daniel 12 and 4 real quick, just to back in Then jump to Matthew 24. After that,
This is the book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
So, like you was going into, technology is on a maximum level right now, man. You know, you got nuclear technology, man. All right, a nuclear bomb, you know, which these nations are actually, well, Iran just unveiled the new Soleimani missile, man. You know, the Soleimani, you know, you know. So Iran has actually developed nuclear technology, man. You know, along with several other nations, man, who have nuclear technology. All right, so knowledge has increased. Knowledge has increased on a maximum level, man. Well, they actually got a brain interface, and that's what it's called.
I'm not sure what that is.
Well, the Neuralink.
The Neuralink.
The Neuralink. They can actually, they're actually plotting on putting. They say they're gonna put music in people's heads, man.
Yep. It's supposed to alter your emotions. Like you can control how you feel. Like if you want to just be happy, then you could just set your mood to happy or some shit like that, man.
Crazy.
You know?
That's wild.
And that's the beast. That's the beast right there. You know, people are gonna marvel at the miracles, man, the works of this beast, man. You know, people who suffer from depression, they're gonna be like, hey, give me that, man. I don't want to feel like this. Give me that Neuralink so I can feel good. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
You're an Israelite, brother.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, knowledge shall be increased, man. You know, regardless, man. You could apply that like right now, like brother brought out. This is the information age, man. You know, whether it be the nuclear arms race, you know, these other nations, you know what I'm saying? They're developing new technologies. They're growing in knowledge on that aspect. You know, Esau is being made bare. You know what I'm saying? We know the knowledge of who the devil is, man. The knowledge of who we are as a people. All the knowledge is being increased, man. And this is where it says the time of the end. This is it.
In the time of the end, you know? Bro. Yep. Go to Matthew 24 and 22. Okay, sir.
This is St. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Right, so Yahabashim al-Shalan, you know right here that it can't get no more wicked than it already is. You know what I'm saying? It can't get no worse than this. That's how you know that we are in those times, man. You know? Because if you was to let this place continue to go on, if this was to go on more and more years, everybody be wiped out, man. You know? Which means it can't get no worse than this. You know? This is worst case scenario, man. Which is said in the end it was gonna be worst case scenario. You know? Knowledge was gonna be increased on both ends. And on the knowledge of righteousness and the knowledge of wickedness. Because the scriptures speak about the knowledge of wickedness, you know? So wickedness is a knowledge as well, man. You know? Which has increased unto the maximum level, you know? And righteousness has increased to the maximum level. All right? To the point where you got brothers completely giving up everything in their lives for the Lord, man. Completely, bro, that's maximum level righteousness right here, you know? in a place that's highly wicked, people standing up for righteousness, man. You know, it takes that's high level righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. Con. Yeah, we in the matrix, man. You know, when I say that, it's just because, like, you know, Isaiah, the 5th chapter talks about woe to them that call evil good and good evil. You know what I'm saying? The world is so adverse into righteousness that it's just crazy, man. Men who are literally reading the Bible, you know what I'm saying, are deemed as someone that's just bugged out or crazy. Meanwhile, you got transgenders walking around being acclimated, man. Like, we're the weirdos, but the transgenders, you know what I'm saying? People putting hormones in the system, that's normal.
Right.
Like, what the hell?
They not bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? They not bothering nobody, man. And you bothering the Most High God, man. You know? Then on top of that, too, Yahweh Shema Shai, he put forth certain laws. Why? Because he said so that wickedness would not break forth in the land, man. You know? When one person start doing wickedness, that spirit get out, man. That spirit starts to spread, man. That's why Yahweh Shema Shai said, cut that shit off, man. So really those actions that they're committing are affecting others, man. Regardless if they know it or not. You know? Regardless if you can tell it or not tell it, man. It still is affecting others, man. You know?
Yep.
Can we get Job? That was it on there, right? That's Job 14.
You said Job 14:5? This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Start it for a second. Let's just start from the top.
This is the book of Job, chapter 14:1. Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble.
Yeah, now are we all born of women? Well, haven't men been born of women since the beginning of time? You know what I'm saying? Which now we're coming into the ending of time, man. So that means that days was gonna be shortened down. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Man that is born of women is he has few days and is full of trouble, which we've been full of trouble since we've been incepted into coronation outside of when we was the Edomites and the sons of God, or during maybe King Solomon's rule. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, it ain't been nothing but trouble, man. And then even within King Solomon rule, King Solomon told you that even the best things that you could do was vanity. You know what I'm saying? So our days have been few and full of trouble, man. You know?
Yep. Con.
Now coming down to the end where days are gonna be the fewest and full of trouble, man. To the point where you got young men dying at the ages of 13, 14, man. You know, a lot of them people who get shot in Chicago, man, them be teenagers, man. You know, them kids be 13, 14, 15 years old, man. Some 12, 11, 10, you know. People are dying at these ages now, man. You know, why? Because time has pretty much increased unto the end. It's to the maximum level of few days in trouble, man. You know.
Jump down and read that.
You keep reading that.
It says, he cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not.
And that's a man's life. You know, like that scripture you love to quote. For what is your life?
Yeah.
It's nothing but a vapor, man.
Yep.
You know? And that's ultimately what this is finna be right here, man. You know? Well, Yahweh Shema Shai said, I'm gonna make a speedy riddance of all them who inhabit the land, man. So Yahweh Shema Shai finna make a quick riddance of this place, man.
And dost thou open thine eyes upon such an one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one.
Right, so if this place is completely unclean, which this place is completely unclean pertaining to Micah 2 and 10, you know, it says, arise and depart, for this place is polluted. It says, and it says, matter of fact, can you grab it real quick? I don't want to butcher it.
Yep. Listen to Numbers 35 and 33, man.
Con.
This place is greatly polluted, man.
God, dog.
Yo, either way you cut it, you know what I'm saying? This is polluted, man.
But when you got over 100 million native Indians, that's just on books. You know, that's just on books that have been slaughtered here in America, man. You know, On top of that, over 100 million so-called Negroes have been slaughtered here in America, man. All right, over 100 million of so-called Latinos and Hispanics slain throughout Central and South America, man. All right, who did this, man? You know?
Yep. Yep. And that's right here, man. In this landmass, right? We're in the same land. The same land that our forefathers been raped, robbed, and murdered.
That's wild.
We're still here in this polluted ass land, man. This is Micah 2:10. Arise, yea, and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
Yes, it is polluted. All right. When you go into polluted goes into defiled, unclean, corrupted. You know, pretty much unclean, so to speak, man. If something's polluted, that's not clean, you know.
Right.
This place, it said this place is polluted so much that it will destroy you with it will not only destroy you, it'll destroy you with a sword destruction, man. You know, that's like insult on top of injury, you know.
Yeah.
That's how wicked this place is, man. You know.
Yep. On that.
So this place right here is the unclean place. Speaking of America, you know, and all throughout the world, man, all throughout the world, you know.
Back in Job 14:4, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one.
Yeah. So Yahweh Shemel Shah can't do nothing with this place. You know what I'm saying? There's no way it can go forth. Why? Because this place is too wicked, man. It's too polluted, man. It's too unclean, you know. If yo, like I had a stain on my pants, you know. Luckily I had got them out, but you know, if it was to a certain point, I wouldn't be able to get that stain out, man. You know, it's done. You know, you can't do nothing with it, man. You know, and that's this place right here. It's stained to the core, you know. When you Esau actually be messing with the earth's core, man. You know, he actually be messing with the earth's core. I seen an article not too long ago about how the core is off balance or something like that. It was something on those lines, man. But how in the hell did that happen, man? You know, this place is literally unclean to the core, man. You know.
Yep. Verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shemel Shah have appointed man's bounds that he cannot pass, man. Started from Esau Edom, you know, because we love to bring this out for Esau Edom, man. You know, which Yahweh Shemel Shah gave him a certain time to do his thing within the earth, man. Which we at the time of the end of that, man. Esau has pretty much did what he needed to do. His hurtful works are fulfilled, man. All right. But this goes for all men. All right. Yahweh Shemel Shah has appointed their bounds what they cannot pass, man. All right. It's a certain point, Yahweh Shemel Shah just gonna shut it off, man. All right. Look, all right, that's enough. All right. That's enough. You know? And we're in that time right now, man. All right. When you got Jakes want to wear damn purses as swag, it's time to cut this shit off, man. You know?
Yep.
You got Jake walking around with damn blonde hair, you know, blonde dreads, like that shit cute, you know. Man, it's time to cut this off, man. You know. Read 5.
Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, so we're at that point right now. We're at that point right now where the bounds cannot be passed, man. All right, we're finna go out of bounds, man. All right, what it say? Unless those days should be shortened, no flesh should be saved, man. All right, and that's why judgment is going out on such a high level, man. All right, because ultimately it's nothing left. The only thing left is judgment, man. You know.
Yep. Back in 2nd Ezra 15, verse 6. It says, verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
So wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. All right. Wickedness is, man, It can't get no worse than this, man. You know?
Con. And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
So wickedness has done its job, basically. You know? And that's what time we in right now, where wickedness has done its job. You can't say that wickedness has not done its job, man. All right? This place, oh my goodness, man. You can't even put it into words, man. You can't even put it into words, man. You know? That's how wicked this place is.
Con. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
Right, so Yahweh Shemashah, like, look, I'm not finna hold my tongue no more. You know? That's why you got the prophets out here, man. All right? See, like 50, 60 years ago, this is unprecedented, man. You know what I'm saying? Young so-called black men standing on the street corners cussing out the so-called white man in his kingdom, man, in his country, man. That's because Yahweh Shemashah is not finna hold his tongue no more concerning their wickedness, which they profanely commit. So Yahweh Shemashah, like, look, wickedness done went to such a far point that I gotta put all my men out here. That's another thing too. Back in ancient times, you didn't have all the prophets on the scene at one time. You might have had a couple prophets on the scene. You didn't have all the prophets in history on the scene. You know, Jake don't even understand that. You know, he think this is a fad, like, brother. It's brothers out there on the streets teaching together. You know, that's just a fad or something. No, this is like unprecedented, bro. Yeah. You got all the prophets here. You know what I'm saying? All the prophets. You know, throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, that's heavy, man. You know.
Yep. It says, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yeah, it say, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves, man. Like, I'm not even gonna let you do it no more, man. I'm finna end this. I'm finna end this, man. All right? Why? Because you ain't doing nothing but utterly perishing in your own corruption, man. All right? Yahweh Shemashah, like, look, I'm done with this, man. All right? I'm not finna allow this to go on no more. Because we know that Yahweh Shemashah, he can't even behold the sight of wickedness, man. But now you done start messing with his area. You know, get Revelation 18 and 5. You done start messing with Yahweh Shemashah little area, man. You know? Just like you got Jake in the house or something. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you be like, okay, this my area. You know, Jake got his little spot in the house where he chill. This my spot. You know, y'all do all that over there. You know, but now you got the kids' toys all in the Pop's playroom. You know, or his chill room. He like, hold the fuck up now. You know what I'm saying? Like I was letting y'all do y'all thing. Now I'm finna shut it down, man. Y'all got in my little space. You know.
Yep. This is Revelation 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached into heaven.
Yeah, so the sins of this place have reached unto heaven, man. That's wild, man. That's how wicked this place is. The sins of it have reached unto heaven, man. That's how demonic and wicked this place is, man. You know?
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, Yahweh Shemashah remembered her iniquities, man. All right? Because we know that Yahweh Shemashah will not at all acquit the wicked, man. You know? So Yahweh Shemashah, like, look, man, he done brought all things back to remembrance, man. Which he ain't never forgot it anyway, man. All right? But now you just done, you done pretty much, you done pissed them off to maximum level now, man. Why? Because the sins have reached unto heaven, man. Which we know it ain't no sin going down in the heavens, man. You know? In the spiritual realm, you know? Ain't nobody up there doing what the hell they want to do, man. It's complete order up there, man. All right? Don't come up here messing with my stuff, you know? You already know Jake be about that. My grandma used to always tell me that. Don't be rambling in this house when I'm gone. Don't be rambling, you know? Jake don't like you in his space, you know? And now you have him outside, he's finna deal with that, man. He's finna deal with that. You done pissed him off, you know? You get Joel 3 for me, you got something?
I was thinking that was Zechariah 2. It talks about the apple of his eye.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, get that.
Get that first one?
Yeah, you got it, yeah.
This is the book of the prophet Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "For thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nation which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye."
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. You know, that's another thing. Here it is. You've been just using and abusing the Lord's people, man. You know, the only glimmer of hope or glimmer of clean or some righteousness, you've been abusing that, man. All right, just pretty much doing anything you wanted, man. You know, and that's in semblance to touching the apple of his eye. You know, like look, now you done got too personal now, man. You know what I'm saying? You done did too much now, man. You know, it's one thing you fucking with somebody, you know, you touching on them, pushing them, you know, but you put your finger in their eye, man. All right, now you doing too much. You done push me to no, I ain't got no choice but to defend myself, man. You know? Yeah. And that's what point we at right now, man. Jake done been dragged completely through the mud, man. Still to this day getting dragged through the mud, man. You know? Y'all about to see me outside, sick of that shit, man. You know?
Yep. You said Joel 2?
Joel 3. Joel 3 is like 13.
Yep. 13. Yep. This is the book of the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 13. It says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe."
And the harvest represents the end of the world, pertaining to Matthew 13. You know, the harvest is ripe, man. All right. What's that? What's the harvest represent? Well, all these people's wicked deeds, man. All these people's works, period. You know, whether your works are good or bad, man. You know, and everybody's fulfilled their measure, so to speak. You know, pertaining to 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. You know,
Con. Yep. I got that out a little earlier.
oh, kind.
A little bit. It says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great."
Yeah, kind. It says, hold on, read that last one more time.
Con. It says, "Come, get you down, for the press is full,
Yeah, the press is full.
the fats overflow."
The fats overflow. You know what I'm saying? So it's more than enough to reap. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's over the point of reaping. You know what I'm saying? Like it done grow extensively. You know? And that's speaking about judgment that's the pending judgment that's waiting on the earth, man, and those who inhabit it. You know?
Con. For their wickedness is great.
Yeah, for their wickedness is great, man. All right, now look, man, I'm finna kill you, man. All right, because we already know it's certain sins that you commit. You're supposed to be put to death on spot, man. You know, but you got people committing sins to death as a normal thing now, man. You know, that's wickedness being great, man. You know, when sins to death is a normal thing, you know what I'm saying? Just like even an example of that, Deuteronomy 24, I believe, when they speak about how if your child is out of pocket, he's supposed to be brought before the elders of the gate and stoned to death, man. Man, you got all type of children out of pocket, man. Well, what it say? Mistress women shall bring forth monsters. You know what I'm saying? You got little monsters out here, man. You know, that's wickedness being great. You know. Yep. Is it more on that up?
I did 14 from one. Second 15 or
Can we get 2 Timothy 3?
Con. This is the book of 2 Timothy 3. Let me start. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come."
Yeah, in the last days, perilous times shall come.
which peril represents danger, man. Which we're in dangerous times, man. Man, don't get more dangerous. Man, literally, one of these cars one of these motherfuckers, you know, like one of these people could be on some cocaine or something, you know, some dog food. Damn, nod off on the road and come over here and knock us out, man. You know, like this is danger, man. Well, literally, you got the devil, the so-called white man, all right, who just put out over 150 million genetically modified mosquitoes, man. What the hell are you doing with that, man? You know, that's danger, man. It don't get more dangerous than that, man. You know, you got the bubonic plague out here, man. You know, damn COVID-19, man. You know, damn over half of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians are infected with herpes, man.
Damn.
You know, you talking about danger? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the physical danger right there, man.
you got another disease called MG, a sexually transmitted disease called MG. You can't even trace it. You can't even trace it. But it got the same harms and effects of HIV, but it's undetectable, man. You know? How much more dangerous can you get, man? You know? So you literally got in Chicago, they out there killing you for what block you're on. And that's in plenty states, man. You know? You'll get put to death for not being from a certain block, man. You know? You'll get put to death for having this color on, man. You know? The police will put you to death, man. The people who's supposed to be protecting you will put you to death, man. Right. This is literally perilous times, man.
Right.
It's not more dangerous than this.
It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Yeah, men should be lovers of their own selves, and that's what time we in right now, man. All right. They love themselves more than the Most High, man. All right. You can't tell me that's not this time right here, man. All right. Jake like, okay, I love God, but we know that the love of God is the keeping of the commandments, man. Jake don't want to keep no commandments, man. You know? So what that mean? He love his own self, you know?
What's it, the DNC convention or something like that? They took out God, the name where they said, how's it go? Like one nation under God. They took that part off in the Pledge of Allegiance. They took that part off, like, nah, we ain't doing that.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
And that's what time we in right now, man. You got covetous, you know. Jake want what everybody else got. It was this one Jake at my job. You know, yesterday, it was this woman, you know what I'm saying? She was voluptuous or whatever, but she was standing outside. He was like, look at it. Then after a while, I was looking, I was like, oh, she got a man. You know what I'm saying? But Jake was still just like eyeing her down. Like on some shit like, oh man, that ass fat. Bro, yeah. you see what a man on? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's covetous, man. Like you want what somebody else got, bro. There's plenty of females to look at out here. You want to look at this man's wife, man. You know? Yep. Then you got boasters, man. Boasters. Well, you got Jake. They'll boast in the fact that they popped somebody else's wife, man. That's a cool thing, man. I fucked that nigga bitch, man. You know, boasters, you know?
Yep. Boasters, proud.
And this is the land of the proud. Ain't that a slogan for America? The land of the proud.
Yeah, proud to be American.
Proud to be American, man. You know, it's crazy, man. You know, and you got people, and America got some of the most base people on the planet Earth, man, and they still proud, man. You know, here it is. You got Edomites who smoke cigarettes and drink coffee just to wake up in the morning and still to get up with a sense of pride, man. That's crazy, man. You know, you got Edomites who are on all type of medications, okay, just to do their daily activities, man. They walk around proud, man. You know, you got Jakes ain't never had no more than damn a couple $100, and they prideful, man. You know, that's crazy, man. Here it is, Jake. Jake, you ain't never had shit, and you walking around with a sense of pride, man. You know?
Proud, blasphemers.
Blasphemers, man. You know? That's another thing too, man. The utter blasphemy started from Esau, Edom, because he's the blasphemer. He is the blasphemer, man. You know? But going to our people too, man. You know? Our people talk all type of blasphemy, man. We attest to that every week, man. How they talk about Yahweh Shai, you know? How they talk about the Heavenly Father, man. You know? Just straight blasphemers, man. You know? Talk real reckless, man. Real spicy, man. You know? Ask the average Jake. We can ask the average Jake about Yahweh Shai, man. And see the response, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
Disobedient to parents, man. We was just going into that too. You know what I'm saying? About how these little badass kids be out here, man. You know? Little ass kid be telling the parents what to do, man. You know?
Yep. Yeah, we got shows built on that. You know, you watching that with the shows where they be sending them over to the prisons to get them straight. You know what I'm saying?
God,
they just rebels, man.
God, no.
You know, by law, what you put out, like you reference, you know, in the law, kids like that would be put to death, man.
Kinda, bro.
You know what I'm saying? If they unruly, if they listen to their parents, man, it's over.
Kinda, bro. And that's the scene because in this society, you can go to jail for whipping your children, man. You know?
Yep.
Which according to the scriptures, that's a righteous thing. It say withhold not correction from a child, man. You know, you can say spare, you don't supposed to spare the rod, man. You know, to give them the rod of correction, man. You know?
Yep. Disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Unthankful and unholy, man. And these are some of the most unthankful people ever. You know, it's that wicked and adulterous generation that Yahweh Shai Mashiach was speaking of, man. You know, that faithless generation, man. Here it is, Yahweh Shai gave you life, gave you all type of benefits, especially our people, man. They're unthankful as hell, man. You know, here it is, you're the child of God. Yahweh Shai gave you a birthright with our Lord and Savior, the top spirit under the Heavenly Father, and our people don't even care about that. They're not thankful for that. You know, here it is, your ass could have been a heathen, man. You know, you could be a damn Edomite, man. You know, you could be one of these damn Elamites or damn Moabites eating an octopus, man. You know, but the Heavenly Father made you the top nation on the planet Earth, and Jake don't even care about that, man. He's not even thankful for that. You know,
unholy, without natural affection.
And without natural affection, which Jake don't have no natural affection, man. You know, really, you know, you brothers, like probably the first time I ever received natural affection, you know, outside of my mother probably, you know what I'm saying? Or my grandmother or something, you know. Right. But like just a person I met with natural affection, I really, outside of you and the brothers, you know, it ain't no natural affection out here, man. You know, just like FBG Duck, he got shot to death. They was just recording him, talking about, man, they need to come pick this man up. Why don't you go over there and help the man? What the hell you recording and talking about they need to help? Why don't you call 911? You know, why don't you go over there and try to help him or something? You know, that's unnatural affection, man.
Right.
You know,
Yep. Matthew 4 talks about it too. The love of many shall wax cold.
Yep.
It says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Yeah, despisers of those that are good, man. You know, and ultimately there's only one good, but there's no good but only one. That's Yahweh. Yahweh Shai Shai. But we are the representatives of Yahweh Shai Shai. You know, that's why the scriptures say, he that despiseth you despiseth me, and he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me. Yahweh Shai speaking, man. So ultimately, you know, these people hating us is really them hating Yahweh, the only good, man. You know, because what, like you was touching on, here it is, you got transgenders out here. You got transgenders out here, but you look at us like we're wrong. You know, that's despisers of those that are good, man. You know, what else is good out here? There ain't nothing else good going on. What else good? Name me something else good besides young brothers teaching with Bibles. I'll wait. It ain't nothing else. What else? What you gonna name? What Creflo Dollar? Joel Osteen? You know?
TD Jakes.
God, what the hell? You know? Minister Farrakhan? You know, Joe Biden? You know? What's good? Outside of the service of Yahweh Shem Shah, you know?
God. Despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded.
High-minded, man. Matter of fact, can you look that up? I looked it up one time. No, but just the if your mind is high, if you got a high mind, you know what I'm saying? That means like pretty much you're prideful, you're arrogant, you know? You think yourself to be something when you're nothing, man. All right? You think that your thinking is above the mind of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Or you think that you're on the level of the Heavenly Father, you know? Like Jake be saying, I'm a God within myself, you know? So Jake literally be thinking like, literally high-minded, like he's on the level of God. Like his thought process is God's process, man. When the scriptures say, for your thoughts are not my thoughts, man, you know?
That word high-minded, Strong's G 5187. Tafa'o, it says to raise a smoke, to wrap in the midst. A metaphor says to make proud, puff up with pride, render insolent, to be puffed up with haughtiness or pride. It says to blind with pride or conceit, to render foolish or stupid.
Ooh. Yeah, that's for my people are foolish. They're sottish children, man. You know, high-minded, being prideful and arrogant, man. You know, cocky, man. Well, it says being blinded with pride, man. You know, and that's literally how our people are, man. Well, that's literally the vast majority of Americans, man. They're blinded with pride, man. You know. God.
It says high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Shem Shah.
Read that part. That's the key one right there. That's the key one.
2 Timothy 3 and 4, verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. All right, and that's the prime example of what goes forth here in America, man, or what goes forth throughout the world, man. All right, like literally, you can tell somebody like Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he don't want you to do this, you know what I'm saying? But they'll be like, well, I know he don't want me to do it, but I'ma still do it, you know. Or he understands my heart. That's loving your pleasure more than the Most High, man. You know, you're supposed to say fuck what I want and let me do what he want, man. Yep. You know, that means you love what you want more than what he wants, man. Lovers of pleasures more than the Most High, man. Lovers of the Most High. You know. Wow. Here it is. Yahweh Shem Shah say, look, you know, you don't need to be You shouldn't be selling drugs. And then you got Jake here be like, well, I don't know nowhere in the Bible where it say you can't get no money. You know what I'm saying? But you see, but it says simple man. Oh, let's get that one real quick. So what is Sirach 32?
Yeah, I think it is, maybe 22. This is Sirach 32, verse 17. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
Proverbs 22 and 15. It says a simple man will not be reproved. Reproved goes into being corrected, man. All right. So, and we already done broke down how this place is full of sin, man. So ultimately, this place can't be reproved because a simple man won't be reproved, man. You know, how much more a simple woman, which this nation is likened unto a woman, man. You know?
This is Proverbs 22:15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
Right, so foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, man. You know? Which Esau Edom represents children. All right. Our people represents children. All right. Women represent children. You know? They can be likened unto children. Man. You know? Well, anybody outside of the elect are really gonna be children.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 2/3 of children.
God. You know? So it says, read it one more time for me out.
Con. Proverbs 22:15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
Yeah, so it says a simple man will not be reproved, but find an excuse according to his own will. You know? So how are we going to cause you to be reproved? Well, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. That rod of correction gonna drive it far from you, man. You know? I'm gonna put that rod on your ass, man. You know? Which Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna do to America, which that rod is gonna literally lead to this place being destroyed, which is good for it. All right. He's gonna put that rod on 2/3 of our people, which is good for their ass. All right. So what, it can drive foolishness away from them. Because what's prepared for fools? Nothing but stripes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So a sinful man will not be reproved. Yahweh Shema Shai gonna reprove your ass through the rod, man. You know? That's how you're gonna be reproved, man. You know? Yep. Got something else out?
Nah, what you got?
Go back to that second tip. Was it a little more on that?
Yeah, it could be more. Going to that, ever learning. This is back in 2 Timothy chapter 3. Verse 4, it says, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away.
And that's what time we in right now, man. Those who have the form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, man. All right, just like, so to speak, one of these Christian pastors, man. They got the suit on, you know. They got the bald head, you know, the fresh haircut, you know. The fresh face, you know what I'm saying? Right. The nice white teeth, you know what I'm saying? They had a form of godliness, but denied the power thereof, man. And how is that? Because Yahweh Shema Shai told you you're supposed to be conducting yourself as a servant, man. You know, but they don't conduct themselves in that manner, man. You know. Yep. So that's imposing yourself as something that you're not, man. You know.
Right. Yep. Imposters.
Yep.
It says, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts.
Led away with diverse lusts, man, which represents pretty much our people, man. You know, because they're led away with diverse lusts. You know, they're led away from Yahweh Shema Shai. Why? Because they love their pleasures more than Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Yep. And then you got those who are pleased.
Judah. That's right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. You know, that's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. You know, hey, this line is going on.
All right.
That line is going out. But pray.
All praise to the Most High.
That's right. It says, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts.
Yeah, and them diverse, those silly women, because really, you can liken those silly women, like I was telling you brothers, to Israel, you know, because Jerusalem is likened unto a comely and delicate woman, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Those silly women could be likened unto to Israel, man, you know. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's our people right now. They're number silly people, man. You know?
Yep. You know your rights, Fire?
No, we know our rights.
You do? Okay, good. Glad you don't need it.
That's right. Yeah. You know, silly woman also could be, you know, woman, wisdom is likened to a woman, you know? So just silly philosophies, man. You know, believing that God loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? All the false prophets, they preaching these silly women, silly philosophies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're gonna be captive to it. They're gonna be captive, you know what I'm saying, to these false prophets, man. They're gonna fall into the ditch.
And that's having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Verse 7 it says, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
And that's our people, man. You know, our people our people know about every single thing, man. Jay can tell you about everything under the sun, man. You know?
Yeah, Jake wanna liken belief systems to like a side hustle. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have more than one hustle, you know what I'm saying? I got this, you know what I'm saying? I got the Hebrew Israelite thing, you know what I'm saying? Then I got the Egyptian thing. Like, hold up, like, nah, man. That's not how you're supposed to be moving out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
And that's like the average everyday Jake out here. Or the average everyday person, man. You know? The average everyday person to tell you, I study some of this, I study some of that. You know?
Yep. Scriptures talk about be ignorant of not, you know, if anything, you know, small matter or great, you know. But you ain't supposed to truly, you know what I'm saying, be indulgent to all these different belief systems, you know what I'm saying, and try to mix them and match them all together. You want to be a Buddhist and be a Pan-African. Like, nah, man, that don't work, man.
Sirach, chapter 11, verse 10. Verse 10. It says, my son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing.
Yep, because there's only one truth, man. People like, oh yeah, that's your truth. Like, nah, man, this is the truth, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's only one truth. That's this right here. The volume of the book. The law is the truth. Yahushua is the truth. He's the way. You know what I'm saying? Anything outside of that, you know what I'm saying? You keeping it to a house unawares, man. You know? We brought out in 2 Timothy 3rd chapter, all the description of the people who are going to be in the time of the last days. You know? Loves the pleasures more than loves the Most High. High-minded, proud. You know what I'm saying? High-minded. You know what I'm saying? Ever learning, but never coming to the knowledge of the truth. You know, you put all these different types of people together in the time that we're approaching, that's a perilous time. That's a perilous time, man. And a lot of people ain't gonna come out of it, man. The time of great tribulations, man. A lot of Edomites are gonna be destroyed, man. Right? If they get saved, they only get saved for slavery. You know? But our people, man, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, man, you need to understand that there's only one truth, man. You can't be out here dipping and dabbing, you know, every winter doctrine, man. You want to stand on your feet. You want to be rooted. You want to be rooted, man. You know, and only men like us, Lord willing to be those men, truly have that faith. You know what I'm saying? Truly believe in what we believe in. Otherwise, other people, they ain't standing on the corners talking about Hinduism, man. They ain't standing on the corners, you know what I'm saying? Right. Talking about being a Pan-African. They're not doing that. Right. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really about that life. They don't really believe in, like I think I was telling you earlier. You know what I'm saying? The dude I was talking to yesterday. I was talking to Ralph, like, he don't even believe what he believes in. Right, yeah, he don't even believe his solution to our problems. Right. He think we need to come together and do this and that, but he don't even see it happening. So it's like, damn, why put down the Bible and come follow you, and you don't even believe it's like a loser's mission. Like we 300 or something. Nah, we know we know by faith that as a nation, we're gonna have that victory. Victory is already there, man. We already won. You know, it's just, you know what I'm saying? This thing has to play out.
This Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 4. There is one body and one spirit, even as they are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all. God, so yeah, it's only one Lord out here. It's only one body out here. It's only one spirit out here. That's the truth, at least. You know? Yeah. There's only one hope. You know? There's only one Lord. You know, one faith, one baptism. You know, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all, man. You know, so ultimately it ain't no this is your truth and this is my truth, man. It's only one truth, man. And matter of fact, you get St. John 8:32. Because once you get the truth, you'll be set free. You know, how in the hell you got the truth but your ass still in bondage? You know.
This is Book of St. John, chapter 8, and verse, you said 33?
Is it 32 or 33?
Come. St. John 8:32, it says, Yahushua speaking, it says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
And that's Yahushua speaking. We know Yahushua Mashiach ain't never lied, man. You know, Yahushua Mashiach don't lie. Well, it even gets so deep with that. Yahushua said, I'm not going to sip until you in the kingdom with me, you know? And best believe Yahushua got some wine waiting on us. He got some drink waiting on us, man. You know what I'm saying? Best believe that, man. So the Lord Yahushua said, if you know the truth will set you free, man. All right, and who is the truth? Yahushua Mashiach, man. Which we know that Yahushua Mashiach only came for a certain sector of people, man. That's why a certain sector of people can't stay centered on what the one truth is, man, because they don't have the truth. You know, that's another indicator that you're a liar, man. You know, you're a liar because you're not free. If you knew the truth, you'll be free from all these different philosophies that you're into, you know, or these different traditions of men, you know.
Oh, look at that.
No, I don't. I'm saying, yeah, you never know, right?
Can we get Colossians 2 and start at 7?
Come.
Oh, yeah, she just got an answer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Be in hell, man. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2, and verse 7. It says, rooted and built up in him and established.
It's like it's 6. Start at 6.
6. Colossians 2 and 6. It says, as ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him. Rooted.
Yeah, hold on. So if you receive the Lord, you're going to be walking in the Lord, man. You know? Now, that's a key indicator that you're a liar, man. You know? That you're a liar because you're not walking in the Lord, man. It says, know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, man. You know? So if you receive the Lord, you're going to be walking in the Lord, man. You know? Now, if you did receive the Lord, you're not going to be walking in the Lord. You know?
Yep.
How you going to walk if you ain't got the feet to walk? You know?
I'll be there.
That's the devil.
That's Colossians 3. It's like in Colossians 2 and 6. As ye have therefore received from Mashiach Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith.
Yeah, rooted and built up in him and established in the faith, man. And being rooted and built up in Yahushua Mashiach is living more as Yahushua Mashiach did, man. You know, and in believing in those principles of Yahushua Mashiach's walk and conversation is key to your salvation, man. That's being rooted and built up in him in faith, you know.
Look at this question street. It says, rooted and built up in him and established in the faith, as they have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Abounding therein in thanksgiving, man. So you're supposed to be abounding in things that you were taught, man. You know, here it is. You learn something, but now you're abounding in something else that you learned, man. You're supposed to be abounding in the things that you already learned, man. You know. Yep.
Verse 8, Colossians 2:8, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Yeah, and that's what happens, man. When you're not walking walking in the light of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, when you haven't really received Yahweh Shah Mashiach, you will be easily deceived, by the rudiments of this world, man.
Yeah. Thou shalt not surely die. Hey, that's the philosophy, man. That fruit in the garden, man. Eve was deceived or beguiled by that serpent. So, hey, man, no new thing under the sun, man. That same philosophy is being pushed today, man. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach.
Right, and not after Hamashiach, man. And that's what happens when you're not when you haven't truly received Yahweh Mashiach. When you haven't truly received Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man, you'll be spoiled through vain deceit, man, and traditions of men and rudiments of the world. How does that happen? Because you start, you're not having faith in what was delivered unto you, man. You go to, you got something up?
No, what you got?
You go to 1 Timothy 3.
Come on. I think you're talking about the word of the Lord is pure.
Yeah,
I know any word like that.
yeah, kind.
Salakia. First time hold it. This is First Timothy 3.
Second Timothy, Salakia.
Okay, come. Yeah. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, and start with 16, right?
You start at 14.
Con, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14.
Start at 13.
Con. 2 Timothy 3 and 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
And that's another indication that this is the end and the top level of wickedness. Why? Because evil men gonna wax worse and worse, man. Which evil men have waxed worse and worse, man. And they waxing worse and worse, man. You got wicked people continuing more in wickedness, diving more into wickedness, man. You got people who are deceiving and being deceived, getting more into deception, on both ends, man. Including those taking in all these different philosophies, man. That's being deceived, man. Waxing worse and worse,
God. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of.
Yeah, and this is the only thing that you assured of right here, man. All right, this is the only thing that can make you wise unto salvation, man. Man, can we get that script out? Wise to salvation. Read that last one.
Okay, come. This is back in 2 Timothy 3 and verse 14. It says, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Fine.
It's the next verse. You got to break it down.
God, you're supposed to continue, man. You know what I'm saying? We on that path, man. That position of difficulty, that straight gate, man, that narrow path, that's going to be a path where you got to continue in it. We can't learn this truth. You got the sweet part, knowing that salvation is coming. We the greatest people on the planet. All right, but we got to go through something. In order to get somewhere, we got to go through something, man. All right, we got to continue, man. It's going to take faith. You know what I'm saying? We got to be rooted. You got to truly believe the things that you believe in, if that makes sense, You can't just be believing anything and he just, I believe that, but, I believe, the Egyptians, they got some truth. Nah, hold up. You know what I'm saying? You don't truly believe it, man. You got to continue in what you believe in, man. To hell with all other vain philosophy, man. It says, verse 15, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Hamashiach.
Right, yeah, so this is the only thing that can make you wise unto salvation, man, the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? But can't none of this other knowledge that you're gaining within this world make you wise unto salvation, man. And why do we need to be made wise unto salvation? Because Yahweh Shema Shai's judgment is finna come, you know? That's why you need salvation. That's why you need to be wise to salvation. Why? Because Yahweh Shema Shai is finna bring a maximum destruction, man. All right? Now, through any other philosophy outside the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai in its pure form, you are not going to be made wise unto salvation, man. All right? And that's a key indicator that we are in the end times, because a lot of these people refuse to be made wise unto salvation, you know, which ultimately is going to fulfill the destruction and the masses of these people being destroyed, like it says within the scripture, you know.
Yep.
That was it? Read 16.
Verse 16 says, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High.
All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, man. All right. And that's one thing that Jake, y'all Israelites. And that's one thing that Jake refuses to believe, man. You know? Like these Jakes right here, you know?
Right. They probably worshiping Treasury Borgia.
Kind of, you know?
Jesus, Christos.
You know? We read that last scripture one time, right?
Khan. Says all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High.
Yeah, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, man. You know, and we know pertaining to 1 Peter, the 1st chapter, no scripture is of private interpretation, man. All right, so it's only one interpretation to these scriptures too, man. All right, and guess who interpreting it and breaking it down right? The men that's on these highways and these byways. Yep. Like Kabar said, you ain't got no damn Hindus on the streets, you know. Where are the Christians at on the street corners, man? You know? Where are the Muslims at, man? Out there selling bean pies, you know? How the hell a bean pie ain't gonna make you wise to salvation, man? You know? Giving you a newspaper with some dude with a slick gelled down hair, you know, on the front of it, man. That ain't gonna make you wise to salvation. Hell, you know? That's not the inspiration of Yahweh Shema Shai, man.
No.
Yahweh Shema, man, the Most High God ain't gonna have you on no corner delivering no newspaper, man. Don't try him like that, man.
Yep. Silly woman.
God.
It says all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
Yeah, and that's how you know that this is the truth, man. You know, but and that's how you know that a vast majority of the people on the earth don't have the truth. Why? Because they don't have the instruction in righteousness, man. You know, they refuse to be corrected, man. You know, they refuse to be corrected, man. You know, can you get Proverbs 29 and 1?
Yep. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy.
Yeah, so ultimately if you keep on just going on and doing the same thing over and over, eventually you're gonna get dealt with for that, man. You know? Including you continue to refuse to be instructed in the way of righteousness, where you're gonna be instructed to your death, man. You know, he that often being reproved harden his neck, man. You know, which if you was being reproved according to the scriptures, you wouldn't be hardening your neck, man. You know, that's how you know that you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai dealing with you, man. You know. What's that script, my doctrine in the spirit? I want to get Isaiah 13. It's another one in
Job 11. This is the book of Job, chapter 11, verse 4. For thou hast said, my doctrine is pure, and I am clean in thine eye.
Yeah, so the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai is pure, man. All right. Pertaining to Proverbs 30 as well, man. All right. Matter of fact, you'll get that for me out. 30, 34. You say every word of Yahweh Shema Shai is pure. Is that 6?
Psalm 5, yep. This is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 5. It says, every word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. It says every word, man. You know? People thinking that, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, these scriptures, what they say, the scriptures contradict each other, or it's been tainted. It's another word. It's been tampered with. Nah, man. Every word is pure, man. You know? It's all about your understanding of it, man. It's not like the brother brought out. You know, it's not according to our private interpretations, man. You know? The Spirit has to be dealing with you, for one. You know what I'm saying? The mysteries are given to everybody, man. Well, it's only given to the servants, man, which are the prophets, all right? Which are the men who have took part in writing this book. You know? They took part in being written in the book. You know what I'm saying? If you can receive it, you know what I'm saying? But every word is pure, man. You know? People are caught up in particular stories and accounts and thinking that, okay, well, if he said this, then why is it? Like, nah, man. It's your understanding that's defiled, man. You know, Titus 1:16, man.
What? You get 1 Timothy 4:16.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that are, it's like it says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Woo! So that's how you're going to save yourself, through doctrine, man. You know? That's why it's a key thing, you know, for you to know the proper doctrine, man. That's why from the apostles and elders on down, they get on brothers to, you know, on brothers who not preaching the right doctrine, man. Because doctrine is key, man. You know, if you ain't got the right doctrine, you're not going to be able to save yourself, man. And then here it is, you want to save your brother, you can't save them without the proper doctrine, man. You know.
You get Hebrews 13 and down.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, and verse 9. It says, be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them to have been occupied therein. Time. You know, because Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 tells you, you know what I'm saying? Much studying is weariness of the flesh. If you're out here studying the ins and outs of the book of Enoch, I mean, what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? The whole story is a fable, you know? It's a true, false, it's a pseudoscience. It's not nothing real, but these scriptures are pure. The scriptures are real. It's a living, you know what I'm saying? It's living, man. You know, you could pick it up and you can learn something new, no matter what, man. You know, no other book you could do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you have the true understanding, like we brought out, you know what I'm saying? Men are going to be able to teach you. We're not shunning away that there's going to be men teaching you. You know what I'm saying? But it's ultimately the Most High teaching you. You know what I'm saying? Through men. You know? And it's the correct doctrine. You know what I'm saying? That's why, hey man, you want to work out your own salvation. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be able to save people around you only if you're following the correct doctrine. You know what I'm saying? It's a fearful thing.
No, it's pretty good. Can we get, I got it. Can you get it from me? Sirach 24 and start at 24?
Yep. Basically there anyway.
Okay, God.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24, and verse 24. Is it okay, come. Sirach 24 and 24 says, faint not to be strong in the Lord.
Yeah, faint not to be strong in the Lord, man. You know, a prime example of that is continuing in the things that thou hast learned, man. All right, knowing that these things can make you wise unto salvation, man. Faint not to be strong in the Lord, man. All right, because we already know if you faint, Yahweh Shema Shah don't want you, man. All right.
Yep. It says, faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you.
That he may confirm you, man. What? Confirming the souls of the disciples.
Ooh.
You know, what through much tribulation, man.
Yep.
That's why you're not supposed to faint, man. Because that's how Yahweh Shema Shah confirms you, man. You know? That's how you certify, so to speak. You know?
Yeah.
Regardless of who come at you with what kind of philosophy or what you stand on the things that you have learned, man. You like, nah, I know that's the truth, man. You know, I know what my power, I know what my power got, man. Somebody come up on you and tell you, man, you think that the Heavenly Father would do all this just to prove a point? Yeah, I do. You know, you don't let nobody break you from what you have what you have you know, been taught in, man. You know, what you've been instructed in. You know, just say, let no man take thy crown. You know.
It says, faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you. Cleave unto him. For the Lord Almighty is the power most high alone, and beside him there is no other Savior.
Yeah, there's no other Savior besides Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So you got to get acquainted with Yahweh Shem Yahushua if you want to be saved. All right, which we all need saving, man. All right, we all need saving, man. You know, what it says, unless these days were shortened, no flesh should be saved. So we all need saving. You know?
It says, he filleth all things with his wisdom.
He filleth all things with his wisdom. You know?
As Physon and as Tigris in the time of the new fruits. He maketh the understanding to abound like Euphrates, and as Jordan in the time of the harvest.
Yeah, and that remind me of Deuteronomy, I believe. I think it's like Deuteronomy 32, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's in the book of Deuteronomy when it said, I will make doctrine rain as the dew from heaven, man. You know? And that's what's going on right now, too. Another key indicator that we are in the end times, man. Them new fruits, man. You know, the harvest being ripe, man. You know? What's going on, brother? You're an Israelite, brother. Them new fruits, man. You know? We in that time right now when knowledge has been increased, you know. He said, I will make doctrine to, how I go out?
It says, he maketh the understanding to abound like Euphrates, and as Jordan in the time of the harvest, he maketh the doctrine of knowledge appear as the light.
Oh, in the time of the harvest, he maketh the doctrine appear as the light, man. So the doctrine is out here, man, you know. You got some brothers that say, oh, well, these brothers got some of the truth, they got some of the truth, we got some of the truth, man. No, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said he would make the doctrine shine as a light in the time of the harvest, man. You know? So the doctrine is gonna be here, it's gonna be here. If something's shining like a light, then that means it's there, visible, you know? Like somebody know the proper interpretation of these scriptures wholly, you know? Somebody do, you know? That's right.
It says, the first man knew not her perfectly.
Oh, the first man knew not her perfectly, which you got brothers in the faith who are learning the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua perfectly, man. You know?
God. No more shall the last find her out.
No more shall the last find her out.
For her thoughts are more than the sea.
For her thoughts are more than the sea. So even the knowledge, that's Satan, right? That's Satan, bro. That's Satan, bro.
Yeah, that's Satan.
Yeah, that was Satan, right?
You an Israelite, bro. It's all good, man.
Yeah, that was Satan came over here.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, that was Satan.
It's all good, man. We take these things cheerfully, man. We out here, man.